Hello folks, Typhon Carter here, and I bring to you Smogon Premier League 17. This is week 9, so this is the regular season finale between Sheik of the Congregation of the Classiest and Marshall Law of the Stark Sharks. So Marshall's season been kind of up and down, but Marshall had a really tough loss against Piteous last week that I think he certainly felt like got away from him. Whereas for Sheik, after a hot start this season, he's finally started to slow down a little bit. But I believe the Classiest are unfortunately out of playoff contention, or at least almost certainly out. But they have a lot to overcome. Anyways, that being said though, let's jump right into this. 4E lead, Laddie lead. So two things here. Fortress, there's one of two directions this can go for Sheik. This Fortress can either be like a hyper offense lead, like spikes cussed out and then you explode and then go next, or B, this could be a T-Spike style stall that is centered around 4E. And then on Marshall's end, if you see Latias, this could be something more fringe like Expert Belt HP Fire Laddie, but more often than not, it is most likely Specs Laddie or Defensive Laddie. Anyways, we'll see how this plays out. Sheik's got Protect here. T-Bolts, turn 1. Okay. Oh, it is Life Orb Latias. Interesting lead here, and Heatran's gonna come in. On another Protect, I would probably just spike there because you can take another one, but Heatran's gonna get rocks up, and Specs Laddie's just gonna take that out. So very much a HO from Sheik, and oh, it is not. Oh, it's Hidden Power Ground, and Tyranitar's gonna come in as another layer of spikes or protects again. Bro, just spike. Fire punches here into Swampert, so Pert should be able to get a free waterfall, but rocks going up also works too. However, has to be careful of Surf, or yeah, the 40's gonna go down. I think Sheik should have been able to get more layers up. Tyranitar's gonna come in. That was extremely unlucky. For Sheik for a couple, unless this was Hidden Power Fighting, which is the only way that would have had any realistic shot of KOing that T-Tar, but realistically it is probably Hidden Power Ground for a few reasons. Because one, HP Ground, you want to be able to nail something like Heatran, well no, it's probably Hidden Power Fighting, but even then, if Sheik's T-Tar had any real bulk investment, that thing's living regardless. But I think Marshall stayed in knowing that he was more than happy to take that trade, because the other upside is that you can still slam something like Clef. Let's say it is like CM, T-Bolt, Hidden Power Fighting or Ground, and then you have like Draco to go with it, right? And then you take the trade, and then you go next. Scarf Heatran's going to Flash Cannon here. Okay, no, it is Hidden Power Fighting. And Jirachi's gonna come in here. As for Marshall's last here, okay, this is way too grounded, so probably a Scarfer. I mean, Marshall could do a double Dragon take. Could also be like Scarf Rotom in the back. I think that actually makes a lot of sense naturally, because you have a Tricker, and then you also have like speed control to deal with the DDers. On Sheik's end, the last here, probably another floater. Gengar could be possible, and it is CM Rachi, or Super Rachi on Marshall's end from the looks of it. Psychics here, huge crit. Gotta get the trick off here, try to ensure that the Jirachi stays honest. And you gotta sack the Latias so that he can get free entry. And the entry point is Celebi. Oh, he's gonna regret that. That was either a speed tie or so okay, either Sheik got really unlucky with that speed tie, but even then, I think like Sheik should be able to get some extra chip damage off. So that was very evidently in part fighting Latias, which actually makes me question if that crit truly mattered. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, it probably did, but I'm gonna have to run the calculator, because it's not something you see super often, and it may or may not have been modest on Marshall's end. I do not know for sure. And then because like on lead, I think you can reasonably run modest. So that's just something to take into consideration. Fire Blast is here, no burn, and the game is more or less over because that thing is at +2, and this Swampert, even if you live this, and Breloom's gonna come in here, and you're just gonna get seed bombed into next week, and Marshall's going to win this game. So, talk about a quick one. It was a quick game, but a lot happened in those 20 turns. On Sheik's end, he should have, I think, on the turns where he protected, Marshall took advantage of that to bring in something like a Heatran, bring in something like a T-Tar. I think Sheik got way too conservative, like just protecting with Fori, because I think if you're like, look at the team that Sheik is playing with, right? You got Scarftran, you got Celebi, you got defensive Pert. You should be clicking layers, like you should be throwing up spikes, like you know, rapid spinning, doing instead of protecting, right? Because for example, the Latias, you know you can take another one. I think he should, getting only one layer up, I think was a crime, that he only got one layer of spikes up, because I think he had at least 2 opportunities to get full layers potentially, and both those times he did not. So I think he played way too conservatively on with the Fori, and then the other problem was that the Latias, okay, yeah, he did get unlucky. You can say that. That is a totally fair assessment. And then the Heatran, like the Heatran somehow not killing the Latias. I don't know if did he calc that? Because like on lead, it's like Laddie's not running max speed, so I think she could have been able to actually just force the Laddie out with his own Laddie and then just Draco there. So I think that's something he should have been able to do. And then the other thing though, I think it was either HP ground or HP fighting. So to be fair to Sheik, I don't think Sheik had the benefit of hindsight to know that, but because that Heatran, since it was Scarf, if that was Hinpar ground, then that thing should have been gone into next week. He did not know that it happens to the best of us. He had to make a tough call there, but even then, I think so. Like either that was a very frail T-Tar, which probably explains why he made that decision to go Heatran. But even then, I think you should be going Latias, because that way you can keep the Heatran for the Jirachi, for the Breloom, and then to a degree for a Tyranitar if you weaken it enough. So I think for Sheik, there were tons of missed opportunities here. And then ultimately, I mean, the killing blow was like, getting crit on the Latias after you trick and whatnot. But, it is what it is. And then good stuff to Marshall, not overthinking it. Because sometimes, you know what they say, as BKC would say, like don't bar predicting. Sometimes you just click the big stab move or the big super effective move. And then I think Marshall, like he was in the driver's seat. He was okay. The Laddie had done its job. It had spread damage across Sheik's team, probably more than he expected. And sometimes just clicking the big stab move is all you have to do at the end of the day. But that being said, though, If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.